reaching a speed of about 122 miles per hour.
Watkins Glen, New York. The Trans-American Challenge enters the home stretch as John Morton sorts out the freshly resurfaced road course at the Glen.
About a 110 mile an hour, 180 degree sweeper, accelerating out of the turn. Third gear, back in the fourth gear, in for the left-hander. Through the left-hander. Third gear, stay in third gear. Brake for the right-hander onto the pit straight. Accelerate through. Past the pits again. Past the pits, shifting into fourth gear. Approaching the tightest turn on the track, which is the last turn. It's a 90-degree, about 50 mile per hour turn. Second gear, accelerating out of it onto the pit straight again, or the start-finish straight. Up around the first turn, fast right-hander. Fourth gear, flat out, up over the hill.
With Alfa Romeo leading the series, Datsun's backup car was increasingly important.
Well, I think my basic responsibilities are at the start of the race is to keep the car together, keep at a competitive pace, keep the leaders in sight most certainly, and if something at that point should happen to John's car, be able to assume the lead. There's just so many Alfa Romeos in this series that even if we win races, it's hard to make up enough points to win the championship by the end of the year. So the second car has to finish second in every race so that we can keep the Alfas more or less out of the high-scoring points.
In a determined effort to halt the Datsun charge, the Alfa team put Bert Everett, a talented independent, in their second car. As action at the Glen unfolded, Morton was escorted by a pack of determined Alfas and BMWs. This hard-charging trio fought to control the race. Datsun's Mike Downs moved into fourth place. A dusty shunt involving Lee Midgley's Alfa pushed him deep into the standings. Meanwhile, Morton pried open a 15-second lead and seemed completely in control of the race as Downs moved back within striking distance of the leaders. Laps from a sure win, the impossible happened. Morton coasted off the course with a dead engine as Alfa Romeo's Horst Queck swept past to claim an easy victory. By climbing off the ropes after his early crash, Downs salvaged 4 season-saving points for the Datsun effort, finishing third. Alfa Romeo was again in command of the Trans Am Challenge. This was a long day in the racing life of John Morton. In order to win the series, Datsun had to sweep the final 2 races of the season, beginning with Riverside, California. There was no tomorrow. Even a second place would give the Trans Am title to Alfa Romeo. As both teams played their final hands, strategy became tremendously important.